Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at some Star Wars The Black Series figures, all three from Episode 2. We have Anakin Skywalker Padawan, Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Knight, and Keet Fisto. If you're one of those people who tracks the numbers, you can see that they're right in a line. We have 110, 111, and 112. And you probably also notice right away that this is the older packaging, so these came out right before they decided to switch up their packaging for Star Wars Black Series. I really am a huge fan of the new packaging. I think it's really fun, very colorful, and I like how it gives you like a spine art picture. If ever you guys know, I'm a fan of spine art when it comes to Blu-rays or anything like that, so I think it's really cool that they decided to do that. But I've actually been looking forward to these for a while. I just haven't gotten a chance to get to them, so I'm very excited to finally take a look at these. I don't know, I like Episode 2. I know a lot of people don't, and there's parts of it that are a little slow, but the action's really cool, and the fight scenes and everything, and I'm a real big fan of these three guys in that movie. So I'm going to go ahead, get these open, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so taking a look at all three out of the box, really did a nice job with these. Here we have Padawan Anakin. Looks pretty good. Has a little hair braid. I think they did a nice job on that. Has a ball joint at the base of the skull and then a hinge in the neck. Has a hinge in the shoulder as well as a rotation. Has a single joint in the elbow as well as a swivel. And then you have a bend in the wrist as well as a rotation. He has kind of very limited rotation there in the torso. He's got kind of a soft, like leather-like substance for his costume there. Nice movement here in the hips. I think it can kick out farther. Is that as far as it can go? It seems like that's about as far as he wants to kick out, but he can kick forward, kicks back a little bit. Thighs swivel. Double jointed knee joint here, as you can see. Now, unfortunately, because the second joint of the knee is actually part of his boot, there's no boot swivel. And I really wish they had boot swivels, but it's not a huge problem. And then you have a hinge and side to side in the ankle. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to look weathered or if this is just like paint splotches on mine, but it kind of works. It's not a big deal. You can see the shin there of his one boot's a little messed up. So it might be intentional. I'm not 100% sure on that. Lightsaber looks great. And the cool thing about these, you can actually take the blades out. And then you can just hold the hilt. A lot of times the hilts will also attach to their waist. I don't really see anything. Now he might... Let me take a look here if I take this out of his hand. There's kind of a weird little nub in here, and this might be supposed to connect there, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really have... There's kind of a little hook there, as you can see. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to hook on there or not. It doesn't really work, though. So I'm just going to... But I do appreciate that you can hold it, you know, he can just hold the hilt without it ignited. And then you can just go ahead and pop those right back on and you're good to go. So that's really cool. And then of course just taking a look at the hilt itself, really nicely detailed and painted. And we'll pop this back in his hand here. So yeah, I think they did a really nice job with Anakin. Like him a lot. Let's see if we can get them to stand up. I'm really terrible at posing action figures. I don't know why. Here, Episode 2, Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi. Love the mullet. Looks fantastic. Nice head articulation there. Pretty much all the same articulation as Anakin. His torso moves a little better. I'm not really sure why Anakin's is so tight, but his moves. Also has the single joint in the elbow. Also has the rotation. I think it's fine. I don't really need double joints in the elbow because I feel like this makes them feel a little bit more solid. I know a lot of times with Marvel Legends when they would have the double jointed elbows, they'd feel kind of flimsy and they would almost feel like they're going to break or they would be warped in the packaging. So I'm actually okay with them only having single elbows. I think it's a better call. He's got the Episode 1 lightsaber. And again, these can detach. So if I were to take this out of his hand, and then I can take the blade out, and then we'll take a quick close-up at the lightsaber itself. Now you can see his has a little peg on the side, and he's got a little peg spot there on his belt. So that one will 100% peg right on. And I like that. That's a great look. That really works well. I like that a lot. I love that they give you that option. He can definitely kick out farther than Anakin can. So again, I don't know if my Anakin's just a little stiff and maybe I just need to try working it a little bit farther, but he's got a lot more articulation there. The lightsaber just hilt fell off. But yeah, he's got a nicer range of motion in the hip there. He's also got the double jointed knees, and again, it's part of his boot, so there's no boot articulation, no boot swivel, unfortunately. But you do have your typical hinge and side to side in the ankle. But yeah, he looks great. I really like him a lot. Really sharp looking. Head sculpt, not bad. As far as looking like Ewan McGregor, not too bad. Let's go ahead and put the blade back in. And then we will connect this back into his hand. There we go. Technically you can put it in either hand, but I don't know. This hand just looks a little weird to me. This one looks a little better. But overall, really nice. I guess you could do maybe something like this. Pretend he's using the Force. Or just, you know, using sign language. One or the other. But either way, he looks good. I like him. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, Kit Fisto. I'm a huge fan of Kit Fisto. I don't know why. I just think it's a really cool design. I like that he's like a mer person. He's got pretty much all the same articulation as the others. I would say he's got exactly the same articulation as Obi-Wan. His lightsaber looks great. Again, you can detach the blade. He's got the same spot here to peg it in on his belt there. He's got the little nub right there. I think that'll work. Is that the right one? Yeah, that should work. But I think his blade looks great. Really cool lightsaber. Let's go ahead and try. We'll take this out so we can take a closer look at the hilt as he falls over. Come on, Kit. There we go. Really cool. If we take his blade out, it should connect on here, no problem. Yeah, unfortunately, the peg's not as snug. I don't know why. It can peg on there, but it's a very... Plus his tendrils, or I don't know, what would you call it? Dreadlocks? I don't know. His hairdo is making it want to... It literally just comes right over and just says no. It just knocks it right off. So unfortunately, I wish that peg was a little bit more solid to connect to it. I don't even know if it might just be decorative, honestly. I don't know if it's meant to actually connect there. But either way, it's a cool lightsaber. I like it a lot. Now, unfortunately, his blade is a little bit looser than the others. It holds in fine. But while the others are a little difficult to unpeg, his is a little bit too easy to unpeg. But just detailing, I mean, look at that. He looks great. Really, really nice. And he's literally all the same articulation as Obi-Wan. He can kick out pretty nice. He might even have the best hip articulation of all of them. And he's got kind of a cool hand, like he's doing something with the Force, which I appreciate. Great face sculpt, detail, all that. I'm really happy to get Kit Fisto. He's really cool. Is it Kit Fisto? I always called him Kit Fisto. But maybe it's Kit Fisto? I don't know. Someone tell me how to pronounce it in the comments. Either way, he's a really cool character. However, if I've been mispronouncing his name, I apologize. Either way, he's awesome. I think all three of these look really good. I'm really happy to pick up all three of them. I definitely recommend if you can still find these. I think you can probably find them on Hasbro Pulse or Amazon. They're still circulating around. They're not too old at this point. But I definitely recommend all three. I think they all look really good. Nice lightsabers. Articulation's good. Detail looks really sharp. Really happy with all three of these. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.